Goodness, what is your name and occupation? Oh no! She's here. Oh no. Hello everyone, my name is Aussie Hornet. Welcome back to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy. We are on a roll here. Anyways, here we are, episode 4, Turnabout Beginnings. Let's go. The girl. Let her go. Oh. Shut up! Come closer, and I kill her! Oh, God. Sorry, but you're not going to get the chance. Oh. Oh! Damn. Oh, Phoenix, where are you? I'm reading through the file of an old court case. It was the first case of my longtime mentor, Mia Fey. Oh, so this is Mia's first case. Fugitive data. Name, Terry Falls. Charge, kidnapping, murder. Sentence, death penalty. Oh, boy. Fugitive movements. After escaping, Falls met with and then murdered Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne, recaptured on Eagle Mountain about 8 hours after his escape. Wow. Her very first client was a death row inmate who had recently broken out of prison. Yeah, that's not a good sign already. That was a whole year before Mia and I ever met. Like, if your first client was a death row inmate, it's not a good start. I'm just saying. Also, before I continue, I apologize for the noise in the background. I have my air conditioner on. Sorry about that, but it's either have a noisy aircon on or suffer in the heat. So, yeah, sorry about that. Anyways. I'm so nervous. I feel like I'm gonna die. I never should have accepted this case. Hello. Good morning. Don't be so jumpy, Mia. No, nothing. I swear I didn't kill nobody! Terry Falls, my first client. Sentenced to death 5 years ago, and now a prison escapee. Just relax, Mia. Small talk, and try to relax him. So why did you escape anyway? I'm sorry. I didn't do nothing. I didn't kill nobody. I never lied. I didn't escape from nowhere. But Mr. Falls, the police just recaptured you 2 days ago. Sorry, I told a little lie. Oh boy. Wait, I didn't do it. I never killed anybody. Sorry for asking, but you're on death row, right? I'm really sorry. You sentenced me to die 5 years ago, but I was tricked, I tell you! That woman, she lied in her testimony. That's why I got the death penalty. I swear, I didn't kill her. I could never do that. 2 days ago, he escaped from the police wagon when it crashed. And about 8 hours later, the policewoman was murdered before police could recapture her. Police believe that Terry Falls did it. Yeah, it's hard to see how he couldn't have done it, considering he's in a prison jumpsuit. After you escaped, did you meet a policewoman? Yeah, I did. She's the reason I escaped. So that much is true. He did meet with the victim. But I didn't kill her! She was alive when I left. She was alive! It's true! I can trust him, right? I mean, I should. Huh. You're not going to figure out the truth by just staring at the guy. Is that good? Is that Godo? Why are you here? Came to see how a little kid was doing all alone in a big scary lion's den. Thought maybe you'd like someone to play with. This is definitely Godo. I mean, he has like the same character design and everything, just minus the gray hair. Where's Mr. Grossberg? That old man is probably still in bed. Bet he's clutching an empty bottle and mumbling in his sleep. Aren't I good enough? After all, it's me, Diego Armando. I didn't say... So, Diego Armando, the finest attorney at Grossberg Law Offices, is here for me? No. You got it all wrong. Today, you're the finest. After all, it took an amazing amount of guts to take this case. Imagine, an escaped death row convict for a first client. Yeah, that's a bit crazy. Yeah, thanks. I sure wish I could get out of it, though. Relax, I just heard some good news. The prosecutor for today is fresh out of his diapers as well. Really? However, unlike a certain somebody who I won't mention, he's earned a reputation as a genius since beginning his law career. A genius? Well, it's about time to head in, kid. Sharpen those claws of yours. It's go time. Solitary confinement cell for the condemned must be the world's loneliest place. And that's what my client ran away from. Every other lawyer gave up on him, but not me. When I saw those overflowing eyes and heard that simple childlike voice, I just had the feeling that he was telling the truth. There we go. There he is. That's the different judge. I guess I'll give him a different voice. Court is now in session for the trial of Terry Falls. The defense is ready, Your Honor. You know what? I'm gonna change Edgeworth's voice. I'm sorry. My past voice for Edgeworth has been so stupid. I'm gonna change it. The prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor. I understand the lawyers for both sides are newcomers? Yes, Your Honor. I'm Mia Fay. Miles Edgeworth, Your Honor. So you're the new prosecutor everyone is talking about, eh? They say you joined the prosecutor's office at quite an early age. At 20, Your Honor. Guess that little kid hasn't earned himself much of a reputation yet, huh? Come on, Mia. You can't lose, not to someone younger than you. Young people running a trial? I'm not too sure how I feel about that. Well then, the defendant in this case is currently a felon on death row. 2 days ago, he escaped from a police wagon. Is that correct? Precisely. The defendant is not on trial for escaping prison. On the day that the defendant escaped, a policewoman was murdered. So we're here to determine if Mr. Falls was responsible for her death. You got it, kidden. Well done, Mr. Edgeworth. Let's hear your opening statement. Yes, Your Honor. That was 5 years ago. The defendant, Terry Falls, was sentenced to death in this very court. His crimes were kidnapping, extortion, and murder. Yep, we're gonna lose. The girl who threw off the bridge was only 14 years old! Oh boy. Truly horrible crime. I remember it well. There was no decisive evidence, so the trial was long and protracted. Correct. But in the end, what finally decided the case was a sudden witness's testimony. A witness's testimony? Testimony of Detective Valerie Hawthorne, the person who confronted this criminal. She arrested Mr. Falls at the scene and later testified against him. She said she witnessed Mr. Falls throw his young victim into the river. For those who are not aware, Eagle River is well known for its powerful currents. Most bodies that fall in are never recovered. So Miss Hawthorne's testimony was the only one that put him away. The policewoman you just mentioned, that wouldn't be... Exactly. The victim, the same woman that was killed 2 days ago. Police Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne. Ah, I see. The man who was sentenced to death based on a testimony escaped 2 days ago. Only one thing on his mind, to take revenge against the woman who convicted him. Yeah, it seems like a pretty clear motive. The truth is becoming clear to me now. Huh? Yes. It's quite obvious that the defendant is guilty.
Objection!
What? But wait a minute, that's not right. At least hear the case before you decide on the outcome, Your Honor. I have to be a judge, fuck. Watch yourself, Miss Faye. I'm not sure I care for your word choice or your tone of voice. Young people these days simply don't know how to respect the elder. You're even younger than me, you hypocrite. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, please call your first witness. I call the detective who is in charge of the initial investigation of this case. Gumshoe! Oh my god. He doesn't have his green jacket. Witness, state your name and occupation. Gumshoe! Jack Gumshoe! I'm the homicide detective in charge of the case, sir. Finally got promoted to the detective division half a year ago. I don't believe anyone asked you about that. Hey, ma'am! You got any idea how much work it takes? What is it? You're really gorgeous. Okay, keep it professional, buddy. Excuse me? Oh, seriously. Okay. Calm down, Gumshoe. Detective, pull yourself together and try to be professional. Otherwise, I'll write you up on contempt so quick that something other than your heart will ache. Okay, I got it. Now, Detective, tell us about the incident. Yes, sir, right away. The victim was Sergeant Ellery Hawthorne, a veteran of the police force. He was stabbed in the back with a knife and died from excessive blood loss. So much is already stated in the autopsy report. The court would like to hear more details about the incident itself. Yes, sir, I gotcha. Okay, let's take a look at this aerial map of the area here. This is a sketch of Dusky Bridge, an old suspension bridge. And the river that runs under there is Eagle River. The victim and the defendant met there on top of the bridge. After stabbing her in the back, the killer carried the victim back to his car. He was recaptured at a police checkpoint as he was trying to make his getaway, sir. I see. Was the victim's blood found on the bridge? Victim Sergeant Ellery Hawthorne was wearing a thick coat, sir. Unfortunately, no traces of blood were found on the bridge. Mr. Edgeworth, I warned you that I absolutely despise conjecture. If there is no blood on the bridge, then you have no proof that they even met there. Your Honor. If you would listen to the testimony we have prepared, I'm sure you will be convinced. The two of them most certainly did meet on the bridge that day. What, Mr. Edgeworth? I'm not sure I like you wagging your finger at me as though I were some hoser. Detective, proceed with your testimony. Yes, sir. Here we go, Mia. Hang on. Okay, now, listen carefully, kid. One little mistake and this guy will drink you for morning tea. Trust me, and get ready. On the day of the incident, an unknown person phoned the sergeant and asked to meet. Sergeant Hawthorne went to Dusky Bridge at the designated time and met with Mr. Falls. And that's where she was brutally murdered, sir. The criminal stuffed her body into his car trunk and tried to make a getaway. Mr. Falls was arrested at a police checkpoint and he set up at the base of the mountain. Well, you certainly have established the importance of the bridge. Naturally. Now, would the defense please hurry up and proceed with the cross-examination? Yes, Your Honor. Your cross-examination coming right up. Hey, settle down there, kid. If you keep trembling like that, you're gonna make me spill my coffee. I'm not sure you're trembling. It's just cold in here. The courtroom can be a cool battlefield, alright. Especially for a beginner. I don't need you to worry about me. I mean the defendant, the witness. Everyone's a beginner in here. You got me there. Maybe you should keep your claws out and show them what you got, kid. It's okay, Mia. Stay calm. Just remember those court procedure videos you stayed up all last night watching. Alright.
Hold it!
This unknown person. You have no idea who it might be, right? Sorry, but I'm afraid I do. What? The one who called Sergeant Hawthorne was the defendant, Terry Falls. Oh, what? The defendant? The defendant called her? Sergeant Hawthorne was a very thorough person, sir. He left a note about her phone call with Mr. Falls. A note? Yeah, a top-secret memo that she left on her desk. According to this note, it seems the one who called her to the bridge was indeed the defendant, Terry Falls. Whose bright idea was it to keep that note from me? Looks like the judge is even more sure of his verdict now. Listen up. Never ask you a question if you don't already know the answer. Is that detective's fault? He's the one who said unknown person. I know, don't make that face at me. I just said it that way because the prosecutor told me to. Was that a trap? That cute face, I didn't expect them to be so sneaky. Criminal stuffed her body into his car trunk and tried to make a getaway.
Hold it!
Is it false at a car then? Well, that bridge is way up in the mountains, ma'am. The defendant and the victim both went up there by car. I mean, how else, right? What? You mean the defendant drove his own car? Oh, no, of course not. It was stolen. He stole it from a young couple that had been waiting at a red light. Car thieves. I'm not sure how I feel about car thieves. Is this guy sure about how he feels about anything? There's a photo of the stolen car trunk. Oh, boy. Actually, that's the body of Valerie Hawthorne and, whoa, that doesn't look too comfortable. Victim. She was stabbed in the back, correct? Girl. For some reason, men always seem to get stabbed in the back. We're talking about a woman here. Can't tell from this photo, but the knife was stuck in her back nice and firm. The condition of the body when it was discovered is very important information. Detective, was there anything strange or noteworthy in the trunk of the car? There's a photo of the trunk, but I don't see anything strange. Do you, anyway? Wait, hold on. Wear a white scarf for identification. I don't think she's wearing a scarf.
Objection!
There we go! Witness! What is it? Do you have something to say, Miss Faye? Yeah, I'm sorry. I totally forgot what I was gonna say. This is the first time I've ever had to actually address someone like that. Should have practiced before coming to court. Honestly, Miss Faye, not sure I like this. Anyway, detective. Yes, ma'am? This photo. You said that there was nothing peculiar about it. Is that correct? Yeah, that's what I said. Well then, I suggest you take another look at the note written by the victim. Nope. It very clearly says, wear a white scarf for identification. The caller must have forgotten what the victim looked like, thus the special request. I have one very simple question for you, detective. Where is the white scarf? I can't seem to find it in this photo. Well, to be honest, we didn't find it in the trunk, ma'am. And you stopped there? You should have looked for it. Someone told her to wear it to identify herself, so I'd expect she just did that. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, what do you have to say about this? I see the defense is a little lacking. The scarf you are searching so desperately for, is it this one, perchance? Where did you find that, sir? On Dusky Bridge. I was there first and decided to conduct my own investigation. What? Why did you tell me? I made a decision to keep all pieces of evidence in my personal satchel. It's the safest place I know. And that shot sure has a flair for the dramatic. Not exactly white as the color requested, but as you can see, it's close enough for what it was intended for. Looks like it spent some time in the mud. Not surprising, it was drizzling on the mountain that day. Prosecutor Edgeworth, he was intentionally hiding that scarf the whole time. The court will accept the scarf into evidence. Now, if the attorney for the defense is finished embarrassing himself, I'd like to move on with the testimony. That is alright with you, isn't it, Miss Faye? Boy, would I like to wrap this scarf around his smarmy little neck. Okay, calm down. Very good. Now if we're done with this mud-covered scarf business, the prosecution must have established conclusively and with hard evidence that Miss Hawthorne and Mr. Falls did indeed meet on that bridge that day. Further, we will show exactly what occurred there. That sounds quite promising. Can't wait to hear all about it. Everything is moving at his whim. Don't forget, kid, there's a reason why everyone considers this kid a genius. A genius, huh? Depends on Dusty. Actually, there's an eyewitness who was there when the incident took place. This photo was accidentally taken by the witness. It shows the Vic wearing the scarf, sir. It was drizzling that day, unfortunately. It's a little hard to see what's going on. Anyway, the criminal shoved the victim down from behind and stabbed her in the back. That must have been when the scarf fell off. Looking at this photo, you really get the sense that this bridge is very high up. There's about a 40-foot drop from the bridge to the Eagle River down below. Mr. Edgeworth, who took this photo anyway? Let's just say that it was a well-intentioned third party. Oh, a potential witness. So why isn't this person in the courtroom? Or, they said they absolutely did not want to testify. The person in question is very delicate, Your Honor. Besides, as long as we have this photo, we see no reason to compel them to testify. I'm not sure how I feel about that. So as you can see, Terry Falls had both the motive and the opportunity. I think it's quite clear at this point what happened on that bridge. Oh, the truth is becoming clear to me now. Huh? Yes, it's quite obvious. He's clearly guilty. Not again, that's not fair. I haven't even done my cross-examination yet. What do you mean, Okay, this judge, you know, I think I like him a lot less than the last one. At least the last one is just an idiot. This one is just like, do I have to do this shit?
Objection!
At the time of the crime, there was a light drizzle coming down, correct? And fog too, just generally soggy atmosphere. Well, I have evidence that doesn't go with the soggy atmosphere. This is a photo of the victim's body that was found in the car trunk. Considering the conditions of the scene of the crime, something isn't right. Oh, by all means, please enlighten us as to what isn't right. What about in this photo of the trunk doesn't fit with the conditions that day? I think it's the coat.
Take that!
Naturally, the answer is right here. The victim's coat? As far as I can see, there's nothing strange about it. That's exactly what's strange. Recall the testimony. What were the conditions on the bridge that day? It was drizzling and foggy. Dusky bridge was all wet. If the victim really had fallen down on his stomach on top of the bridge, then the front of her coat should have been covered in mud. That's exactly right. The other day I fell on the muddy street and my gorgeous play-off beard was befouled.
Objection!
I do admit that the crime scene was quite wet that day. However, that doesn't mean that the top of the bridge itself was muddy. If Your Honor had fallen in the shower instead of a muddy street, Cody's hockey beard, pride of the legal league, would be wet, but not muddy. Fortunately, I have yet to test that. Still, your point is well taken. Can you prove that the surface of the bridge was muddy that day? Surface of the bridge, huh? A real man wouldn't stand for a taunt like this. You know what, a real woman. Of course I can. Here's the evidence that proves the surface of the bridge was muddy. And that's where the scarf comes in.
Take that!
The evidence is the scarf. Whoa! It should be obvious. If the scarf fell onto the bridge and got this muddy, it means that the bridge was obviously covered in mud. No, I can't be outwitted by this novice bimbo. Hey, same to you, buddy. This face assertion makes perfect sense to me.
Objection!
I do admit there appears to be a contradiction between the condition of the victim's coat and her scarf. However, the real question is, why is there a contradiction? Huh? For a contradiction, there exists an explanation. Look at what the explanation in this case may be, shall we? Alright. It's not like he's really giving me a choice here. You're doing pretty well for a little kid. Mr. Armando. No matter what he says, a contradiction always comes down to a lie. Either the victim discovered in the trunk. The witness's photo showing the defendant and the victim. Or the witness's testimony that stated she saw the moment of the murder. Just relax and think it over. It's pretty simple, isn't it? False evidence. It's one of those three. What you said just now, I'm not sure I like that. That wasn't me, Your Honor. It was the coffee aficionado over here that said it. The court is not in the habit of accepting false evidence, you know. Blame it on him, Your Honor. He's the one trying to slip false evidence into court. But we won't let him. We'll expose his evidence as the flimsy scam it really is. Yes, the false evidence in this case is I think the photo is false. I don't think the body in the trunk is false. The witness's testimony when she said she caught the moment when the murder occurred, I think that might be false. It is a no-brainer. Obviously, it's the witness that's suspicious. During his earlier testimony, the detective pointed out a crucial fact. The criminal shoved the victim down from behind and stabbed her in the back. Now, is that testimony exactly what the witness claimed to have seen? Well, that's what the witness told us. Then it's completely bogus. The testimony is filled with holes. After all, the victim's coat isn't dirty at all. That's true. It's not just true, it's the truth. There was truly a decisive witness in this case. I'm certain that boy Wonder over there would have called them in the first place. Your Honor, the defense requests to cross-examine the eyewitness. The testimony presented so far is not only vague, but contradictory as well. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, it appears that we'll need to hear from your mystery witness after all. You should brace yourself for the brutal truth. Your Honor, the prosecution has no intention of hiding the witness from the court, prepared to present our witness at any time. Very well. Please bring forth your eyewitness at this time. Mr. Edgeworth said kind of worries me. What does he mean by the brutal truth? Now, let's proceed with the testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, please go right ahead. Thank you, Your Honor. The prosecution summons the woman who saw the events that day with her own eyes. This is it, Mia. The battle begins here. Witness, what is your name and occupation? Oh no! She's here. Oh no. Everyone is so silent that I can hear their hearts going pitter-patter. I look at you, how can I put it? You look at... Okay. You need to chill, buddy. I feel like I want to hurry up and hand out a... Okay, whoa. Hey, not so fast. As I said before, this witness is very sensitive. I would ask the court to please exercise care when addressing her. Yes, indeed. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. You are a true gentleman. Miss Wright, you can learn a lot from this man. He's such a gentleman, he sure doesn't act like one to me. Sir. Yes, my dear? My first time, so I'm sure I'll make a lot of mistakes. Anyway, I just wanted to say I'm sorry for all the trouble I might cause. No, there's no trouble at all. May you please have your name and occupation? My name is, Melissa Foster. I'm a college student. I'm a freshman in the literature department. You're on the scene when the unfortunate event occurred, weren't you not? And you were the one who took this photo, is that accurate? How can you be so mean? Now see here, what you doing shoving that in her face like that? Huh? Well, it's just a photograph. It's not like it's something dangerous. Next time I'll be forced to vandalize you. Uh-oh. I don't like the turn this has taken. Oh god. We're back in... Is she staring at me? And you would be... I'm the defense attorney. My name is Mia Fey. I see. So you are... young lady, could you please give us your testimony? Yes, Your Honor. I'll do my best. So the crazy, evil ex-girlfriend has returned. Great. Hey,
was using my camera to take some pictures of all flowers. Then I noticed there were two people standing up on a suspension bridge. Suddenly they just started fighting. That's when I hurried and took the photo that showed the crucial moment. And after that, I called the police.
By the way, where were you standing when the incident occurred? I believe the map would be of help here.
I was standing right over here. I was standing in a beautiful field surrounded by tall cliffs.
So you took the photo from that location, eh?
I had the camera I was using at the time, just like Mr. Headforth asked me to.
Oh, what a true camera, just like its owner. Oh boy. Alright, Demonstrate, time for your cross-examination. I warn you, make the witness cry again and you'll feel the wrath of my gavel. Are you fucking serious? Look at her. She is evil.
Objection!
Witness? When you said you took a photo at a crucial moment, is this what you meant? All I can see in this photo are two people facing each other. You testified that you saw the two of them starting to fight. Normally, that's the kind of thing we would refer to as a crucial moment. Why haven't you presented a photo like that?
Well, you see,
The photo we presented was the only one there was. And if you really wanted to capture the crucial moment, then what happened next? You must have taken a photo of it. Oh! My apologies, young lady. This face assertion is not without a certain amount of merit. He can't downplay the situation, can he?
he's a very bad person. I used to know the film, I mean.
You ran out of film?
And this photo is the last one.
What? Unfortunately, that is the truth. I personally examined all of the photographs she took that day. All the other photos of the witness herself laying among the wildflowers. The witness herself? Then who took the photos?
Well, you see, the camera has a timer feature built into it.
So you took photos of yourself? I remember taking some photos of myself once too. Please, no details. Seems that Miss Faye's assertion was not so decisive after all. But wait, just a minute. Well, if she had no film left, she couldn't very well take more pictures, eh? Miss Foster, perhaps then you could tell us about a different sort of photo. Photos of the incident that you took with your very own eyes.
Mr. Edgeworth, you're quite the poet.
Very well done. Let's get back to the cross-examination. Let's hear your thoughts on the fight that you witnessed.
Yes, Mr. Judge.
Oh, this guy is really a sucker for sweet talk. It looks like the other kid in the room is the one that's getting all the attention. Yeah, it's sickening.
Objection!
There we go. Witness, your testimony is a joke.
Huh? What? I just...
Miss Flynn, I thought I warned you not to make the witness cry. Too bad. Cry about it. There's your testimony and two bad contradictions. There's no possible excuse. You say there were two contradictions? It's simple. Just take a look at the diagram of the area. According to her testimony, two of them were in the middle of the bridge. But if they were, and the victim had turned around and tried to run, well then, she would have hit a dead end. He said 10 yards, but she couldn't have ran even 5. Because Dusky Bridges collapsed on that side. What does all this mean? It's very simple, Your Honor. This charming little witness told a charming little lie. That's all there is to it. This young lady has been lying to the court.
Objection!
Just a moment, Your Honor. Mr. Edgeworth. Your Honor, allow me to personally apologize for the confusion. What do you mean? There's one major mistake in this diagram. saying? What are you referring to? So, because this diagram was made after the incident occurred. It's a very old bridge. We couldn't find any official blueprints of it. So you're saying? Saying that even though this bridge is currently in disrepair, there's no evidence that can prove that the bridge was broken during the incident. That's ridiculous! You can't actually tell the condition of the bridge from this photo. I apologize, of course, for not being more clear when I presented the evidence. That guy's good. What do you mean? He planned it from the beginning. He's a genius, alright. That diagram of the bridge was his insurance policy. A coward. Well, Miss Faye, seems you've once again made a reckless accusation.
I'm so sorry. I should have been more careful myself.
No, it wasn't your fault at all. Now then, shall we go on with the trial? I'd like to establish once and for all what it was that the eyewitness saw. Indeed. Alright, young lady. May I ask you to please proceed with your testimony?
But it's not hard to go on.
Well, on your side, Miss Foster. There's no need to worry. Just tell us what you saw.
Yes, sir. He stabbed her in the back and quickly picked her up in his arms. And he carried her over to the car. I suppose that was the only way he could make sure the body stayed hidden. He couldn't just leave the body on top of the bridge. I'm sorry, I'm always supposed to talk about what I saw.
Witnessing such violence must have been difficult.
Yes, sir, I'm still shaken up.
If he accepts his testimony as it is, we're finished.
Don't say that.
Oh well. Maybe I'll stop off at my favorite cafe on the way home. They make a really great mocha latte.
The trial isn't over yet.
That's what I like to hear. Alright, Miss Faye, a cross-examination if you please. Contradiction is staring you right in the face, Mia. Go on the attack. Okay.
Objection!
Killing not wanting his victim to be found, I can understand that. However, the idea of moving the body for that purpose is clearly odd. There was a much easier way to make sure the body wasn't found. Well, what is it? Take another look at the map of the area and you'll see how. There's a river right below the bridge. Earlier, Mr. Edwards pointed out something interesting about the river. For those who are not aware, Eagle River is well known for its powerful current. Most bodies that fallen are never recovered. Well, in the kidnapping case 5 years ago, the victim's body was carried away and never found. The 10 murders were to occur at the same spot above Eagle River. You can bet your boots that every other killer would have tossed the body in the water. Order. I'm not sure if I care for the way you put that, Miss Faye. But I must admit, it does seem odd not to have thrown the body into the river. I'm sorry, Dwarf. How sad. Perhaps Miss Faye would do well to try taking a dip in the river herself. After all, you claim to be such an expert in the ways of nature. What are you talking about? My point is that no matter how odd you may find the killer's method of body disposal, the fact is this is what the killer did. None of your arguments have anything to do with what the witness saw. Quite true. Miss Faye, it seems that your assertion is without merit after all.
Objection!
But what the witness claims to have seen is totally ridiculous.
Objection!
Surely I can't deny that the body was found in the trunk of the car. It's only consistent with what the witness has told us. Please, witness, go on with your testimony.
I'll try.
All you have to do is tell us what you only saw. Otherwise, the mean lady might yell at you again.
What is he talking about? Alright, I'll do my best.
Objection!
Miss Foster? Looks like you've done it this time. Done what? You made a crucial mistake. A crucial mistake? Like what, Miss Faye? The killer broke into the trunk of the stolen car and hid the body in there. You're saying you saw that, right? With your very own eyes?
Yes, and?
It's simple, Miss Foster. Take a look at the diagram. The place you claim to have taken a photo from that day is here. Do you see what I mean? Even if you tried to see the car, this outcropping of rock is directly in the way. That's right, Miss Foster. From where you were standing, you could not have seen the killer's car.
Objection!
I admit that the diagram shows a large outcropping of rock. However, it isn't so tall that it would stop her from seeing the car.
That's right. It's not high at all. I'm able to see his car just fine.
I'm so sorry, but that just doesn't wash. I believe it was the witness who presented this as evidence to the court, yes? This is the location that the photo was taken from. Your photo tells the whole story. You can clearly see the left side of the bridge, but the outcropping that is being referred to is really more like a cliff. Oh! The view should have been completely cut off by this cliff. You still claim to have seen the killer's car. Alright, here we go. Order in the court. Where's the meaning of all this ballyhoo?
Objection!
Your Honor, don't jump to any hasty conclusions. The fact that the escapee fled in a stolen car was reported on the news. After witnessing a murder, I'm sure you can appreciate that the witness was very upset. She must have heard about the stolen car and convinced herself that she saw it.
Objection!
She was repeatedly warned before starting her testimony. She was told to testify only about what she saw with her own eyes. Oh.
Yeah, Mr. Judge?
What is it?
I think you must have remembered things wrong.
Hold it!
What? Hey, wait a minute. You can't just say that.
Objection!
Miss Faye, no one on the face of the planet is perfect. Yes, indeed. Quite true. You know what they say. To err is human, to forgive divine. I'm inclined to give the benefit of the doubt to our witness here. What? That's not fair! Save the tears for later, kid. Mr. Armando, don't look back until the trail is over. Now's the time to go forward. But that wasn't fair. Okay, kid, you need to relax. Then you need to remember. The other kid's testimony.
You looked up into the trunk of the stolen car and put the body in there.
So tell me, how did she know that? How did she know that he broke into the trunk? Huh? Well, Miss Foster, until you can explain how you knew that, you're gonna have a lot of very suspicious people on this side of the courtroom. Witness?
Well, I'm certain that he broke into the trunk. Because there were marks left on the trunk lid. I'm certain there were scratch marks from when he broke into it.
What? Let me see that photo. Oh yeah, you can see it right there. True. They certainly look like scratch marks around the keyhole. Obvious that this trunk has been broken open. Well, this way. Are you satisfied? This is on his sign. I can't make any mistakes here. She just said, is there a contradiction in there somewhere? Doesn't work. Miss Foster, looks like you finally betrayed yourself. You said you were in a field taking photos of wildflowers, but even so, you knew about the scratches. Oh! The question is, when did you get a chance to see those scratches? Because she was not in the location where she took the photo. Finally, I finally got her. I'm getting pretty tired of waiting over here. Perhaps that would be faster than Miss Faye explained it to herself. Good. There's only one possible explanation. The reason the witness had seen the scratches was she put the corpse in herself. There's only one way that the witness had the chance to see the scratches. Yes? What is it? Naturally, when she opened the trunk and stuffed the corpse in herself. The person who really hid the body in the trunk of that car was Melissa Foster. It was you that did it, wasn't it?
That's ridiculous. I can never. It was a man in the prison garb. He's the one that...
I don't think so, Miss Foster. If Mr. Falls had been the one who put the corpse in a trunk, he would have simply used the car key. There was no need to break it open.
But he stole the car.
He stole it from a young couple that had been waiting at a red light. Which means that the key would have still been in the ignition.
I see.
Thank you for telling us about the scratches, Miss Foster. Without that, we never would have uncovered the truth. That couldn't have been Mr. False that put the body in the trunk.
No!
Objection!
Preposterous! To even suggest that the witness put the body in there. If that were true, then how do you explain the photo that she took? The corpse could have been put in the trunk when the incident occurred. We already know that at the time she was taking photographs. That's your chance, Mia. Finish this thing. On the contrary, I'm not so certain about that anymore, Mr. Edgeworth. There's no need to think too deeply about it. What I'm saying is the shutter for this may not have been pushed by Mrs. Foster herself. Let's take another look at this camera and see what features it has, shall we? It has a timer built into it, even a mini tripod. Why? It's almost as if she had brought this camera just to take this picture.
Objection!
What are you trying to say there, Miss Faye? That when the crime occurred, Mrs. Foster wasn't in the field as she claimed? No, if she really did use a camera auto timer, then the answer is yes, she was somewhere else. Exactly, she was not in the field. Will the defense please explain further? Listen, this is a crucial point. Where was Miss Foster when the incident occurred? Answering that question will also make clear Miss Foster's true identity. Lauren, please answer this question. Where was Melissa Foster when the incident on the bridge occurred? She might have been the person meeting. Naturally, the witness was right here. But that's where the victim, Miss Hawthorne, was standing. Exactly. She killed her before. Order. Miss Faye, what on earth? Your Honor, if I may. After parting with the victim on the bridge, the defendant fled by car. But this would mean that there was no time to put the victim in the trunk. In other words, if someone put the body in the trunk, it could only have been before the defendant met the victim.
Objection!
How asinine! Of course Mr. Falls met with the victim. The only person with the opportunity to have put the victim in the trunk is the same man that killed her, Terry Falls.
Objection!
You still don't understand, do you, Mr. Edgeworth? By the time the witness photo was taken, the victim was already dead. The person in the photo was not Valerie Hawthorne.
Objection!
What? I've never heard of anything more ridiculous in my entire life. And who exactly is the victim in this photo? It's obvious, isn't it? It's your own witness. What? It's the only possible explanation. The woman that Mr. Falls met on the bridge that day was not Valerie Hawthorne. It was you, Melissa Foster! Me? Let's remember that it was raining and foggy in the mountain that day. Mr. Falls himself believed that the woman in front of him was Valerie Hawthorne.
Objection!
But the defendant knew Valerie Hawthorne very well. After all, she was the woman whose testimony helped to get him convicted.
Objection!
No! But since then, my client has spent 5 years in a federal penitentiary. He couldn't remember exactly what she looked like anymore. Don't just making this up as you go along. Where's your proof? I've got it all right here. This piece of evidence will blow this case wide open. At the time of the incident, Mr. Falls had forgotten what Valerie Hawthorne looked like. That's why he needed the scarf.
Take that!
Mr. Falls had forgotten the victim's face. That's why he needed some piece of identification. Namely, this muddy scarf. It was Mr. Falls who requested that she wear the scarf to identify herself. That's already been proven by the note the victim left. In other words, as long as you were wearing a scarf like he asked, anyone could have pretended to be Valerie Hawthorne. Well, what do you have to say to that, Melissa Foster? Oh, did she pass out? Where's Miss Foster? She's collecting herself in the lobby. Obvious that Melissa Foster did it. She hid the body in the trunk and disguised herself as the victim. She set up the camera to snap a fake photo of them together. The only question is, why did she do it? Well, isn't that obvious? She's the real culprit. Wait for Miss Foster to compose herself before I start again. Until then, this court is in recess. The defense and the prosecution are both to wait in their respective lobbies. Yes, Your Honor. Understood. Very well. This court is in recess. Okay. Well, anyways, guys, that's it for this video today. We're going to be continuing this episode very soon. But in the meantime, if you guys like this video, please sure to give it a like and subscribe to see more videos like this in the future. Until then, take care and goodbye.